December 1777. The American Revolution hangs by a thread. While British officers toast champagne in Philadelphia's warmth, 11,000 men are dying 20 miles away. Not from bullets, from cold, from hunger, from despair. This is Valley Forge, and what happens here in the next 6 months will decide whether America becomes a nation or a footnote in history. But the real story isn't about survival, it's about transformation. Because the army that enters Valley Forge is a rabble. The army that emerges will defeat the greatest empire on earth. December 19, 1777. General George Washington leads what remains of his army into Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. The march leaves a trail of blood. 1 in 3 soldiers has no shoes. They wrap their feet in rags. The frozen ground cuts through cloth like razor wire. Surgeon Albigence Waldo writes in his diary, "I am sick, discontented, and out of humor. Poor food, hard lodging, cold weather, fatigue, nasty clothes, nasty cookery." There comes a soldier. His bare feet are seen through his worn-out shoes, his legs nearly naked. He cries with an air of wretchedness, "I am sick, my feet lame, my body covered with this tormenting itch." 2,000 men will die here. That's 1 in 5. Most won't fall in battle. They'll simply fade away. But cold and hunger aren't the only enemies. 20 miles south, British General William Howe's army of 18,000 occupies Philadelphia in comfort. They have food, warmth, security, and yet Washington faces a darker threat from his own side. The Continental Congress has failed him. Supplies promised never arrive. Money vanishes into corruption. Congressman James Lovell writes, "We want to get rid of him." They call it the Conway Cabal, a conspiracy of officers and politicians to replace Washington with General Horatio Gates. Brigadier General Thomas Conway writes to Gates, "Heaven has been determined to save your country, or a weak general and bad counselors would have ruined it." He means Washington. In the army's darkest hour, they plot to remove the one man holding it together. Washington knows. He always knows, but he says nothing, because revealing the conspiracy would shatter what little unity remains. February 23, 1778. A Prussian officer arrives at Valley Forge. His name is Friedrich Wilhelm von Steuben. He's a fabrication. His title of Baron is likely invented. His rank of lieutenant general in the Prussian army is exaggerated. But he possesses something the Continental Army desperately needs: knowledge. Von Steuben speaks almost no English. He drills the troops in French, which his aide translates. When frustrated, he curses in German, then in French, then begs his translator, "Swear at them for me in English." The soldiers laugh, and then they learn. He teaches them to load muskets in 15 seconds instead of 30, to march in formation, to fight as a unit, not a mob. He writes the first American military manual, Regulations for the Order and Discipline of the Troops of the United States. 154 pages that transform farmers into soldiers. But discipline isn't enough. They still need food. Washington sends desperate letters. Then a miracle, not from Congress, from a woman. The shocking truth. History forgets this. Valley Forge survives because of women. 400 women follow the army, washerwomen, cooks, nurses. They're called camp followers, a term that demeans their contribution, but they're not passive observers, they're combat support. When typhus and smallpox sweep through camp, these women staff the hospitals. When uniforms decay into rags, they sew through frozen nights. Martha Washington herself arrives in February. She stays until June, organizing relief efforts, boosting morale. She will return every winter of the war.
And in May, the tide finally turns. France enters the war. Ships laden with supplies begin arriving, weapons, uniforms, flour. The alliance Washington has desperately sought becomes reality. But France doesn't enter because of Valley Forge's suffering. They enter because of Saratoga's victory months earlier. Valley Forge matters because of what happens next.